stuff I do for you as a mother. Literally, I take care of you, I feed you, I cook, I do all that stuff. And all I did, I asked you for your birthday money so that I can pay the light bill. You don't want to give me the birthday money. So I am taking the PS5 back so I can get the money so the bill can be paid.
Well, how you gonna ask for my birthday money that I got on my birthday to pay the light bill? And why you trying to take my PS5 away?
Well, you can't play the PS5 anyway if there ain't gonna be no damn lights in our house.
You shouldn't have been going out so much. You would have had the money. What happened to the income tax?
First of all, I'm an adult. Stay out my business. When I come to you as a mother and I'm telling you there's an issue where I need help, you help.
Going out so much. I'm tired of you going out. You need to spend time with us, and you need to spend money on your bills.
Leilani, I'm not even talking to you. So you stay in a child's place.
You said stay in a child's place, but you asking my brother to pay your bills. And just like Lay said, you need to start spending money on us and stop spending money on yourself and your little boyfriend.
Boy, y'all jumping over y'all ass.
Look how easy it is to be racist. Chimps and other apes grow hair all over their bodies.
Alright, first and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. Shalom to those elect. Preaching His word of truth, sincerity. Who we know on this side of the earth are the so-called the Hispanics, the so-called blacks, and the so-called Native Americans. But to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, Shalom. And to you sisters, to you ribs out there, learning in silence and staying in order, I say also to you, Shalom. Now, the video we just saw was a prime example of
there is a
Salakia.
All the stuff I do for you as
a prime example as to the so-called black women today, man, even the Latina women today. They're more interested in partying and drinking and things of that nature, than to take care of their own seed, man. Like, they're so destroyed and so self-centered, man. Right? There was a joke on that Joe Budden had on his podcast that talked about Adam and Eve, how the Lord told Adam, hey man, I got everything for you. You got food, you got all the animals, everything you could want, it's here. And Eve goes, I thought it was gonna be more. And then all the guys on the podcast started laughing. And there's this Jake woman that's there. She was like straight. She had a stank face on her, and they asked her like, "Man, you didn't like the joke?" She's like, "I thought there was gonna be more." And they were like, "That's the point, right? These women are never satisfied." Here it is.
Being proven in real time was wild.
A lot about women. I think I learned exactly how the fall of man occurred in the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, and Adam said one day, wow, Eve, here we are, at one with nature, at one with God. We'll never age, we'll never die. And all our dreams come true the instant that we have them. And Eve said, yeah, it's just not enough, is it?
That's not funny.
I was just waiting for more.
So that was kind of his point.
Oh,
that's kind of what he was saying. I mean,
right, and that's that video. Right, these women are more interested in this the worldliness, man. The more you chase women or money, the more worldly you become, man. These women are so detached from spirituality. Not all of them, by the way, There's some women that are not, but for the most part, you know, even the men, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. But chasing women will only dig you deeper into a pit, man. This is Romans chapter 13, right? Because this is the spirit that everybody should be in, right? Not partying, right? That's what the decree was put out. No bar hopping, no partying, nothing like that, man. Because we're not in that time, right? It's Romans 13:11, and that knowing that time, that now is the high time to awake out of sleep, right? When you out there partying, worried about, you know, what's the next, you know, where the next party is, or where, you know, when is everybody meeting up at, and this and that, right? You're not worried about the spiritual things. You're worried about the carnal things, right? It says, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe, right? There's so many things going on this earth, man. You know, you should be really watching and waiting and praying, as Yahushua said, you know, watch and pray, right? That's what he told his disciples right before he got taken, man. But, you know, that applies to us today, man. We're supposed to be watching and praying to this day, man, to the next resurrection, right? Verse 13, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, right? The rioting goes into, you know, being loud, partying, you know, going up and down, just having a good old time, right? Drunkenness, you already know what that is, you know, getting drunk all the time and, you know, under the influence on a regular basis, right? It says not in chambering and wantonness, right? Now that word wantonness, right? It says unbridled lust, right? Excess licentiousness, lasciviousness, wantonness, outrageousness, shamelessness, right? Right? So basically walking around here, you know, not giving a damn, doing your thing, man. Dressing provocative, you know, trying to get a next date, you know, trying to get laid, right? All these things happen when you're partying, man. So it's not in strife and in envying. Verse 14, but put ye on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua HaMashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof, man. And this woman on that video, man, put all these things before her own kid. And that's the crazy part. Right? Like those poor kids, man. Like she ain't have a father to teach her, a mother or nothing, man. Like she was raised by wolves or something like that. Like the natural woman, how women are supposed to be are nurturing, man. That was taken away from the tribes, man. These are part of the curses, right? But you know, you're not gonna be able to change without Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 53. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body. Right? You know, we seen that literally happen in the scriptures. You know, I think it was 2 Kings, where King Solomon had an issue with two women, you know, debating on whose child they was gonna eat or something like that, or whose child it was. Salakia, man, I'm paraphrasing. I know that there was times where Israel, you know, was trapped and had to eat their babies as well. You know, but it's no different today, man. Devouring, you know, or eating, you know, a child, man. You know, we see that with abortions, right? Women just, you know, just killing babies like it's nothing. Making songs about it, making dance, you know, dance songs and dancing in front of abortion clinics, like all kinds of manner of disgust and wickedness, man. Like that, you know, just thinking about that gets me mad. Like those poor babies, man. Like, you know, but things gotta happen, man. So they be an example unto us, right, for our learning. Verse 53, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and thy daughters, which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, thy power has given thee, and in the siege, and in the straitness, wherein thy enemies shall distress thee. Right, that happened already, but there's nothing new under the sun. Right, we're seeing that now, and we're gonna see it in Jacob's trouble. Right, verse 56, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Right, these women were soft-spoken, gentle, easygoing, submissive for the most part. Right, they're nothing like that. They're the complete opposite of that now. Right, it says her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom. Right, now women are weaponizing children, right, against their fathers, saying, no, you're not going to see your kid and you're going to pay child support. Man, all manner of evil, man. This Babylon, this country here, man, just empowers women on purpose, man, to divide families, because these women cannot handle power, man. Could barely even handle paradise, man. Like Eve, man. She had it all, man, and she wasn't happy. Right? Can't give a shit. It says, and towards her son and towards her daughter. As we saw in the video, man. It's disgusting. Anyways, man, I hope this video was edifying. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem B'Kah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. And a healthy shalom to all for life preaching his word in truth and sincerity. To you ribs, to you sisters out there, learning silence and staying in order. I say to you all, shalom.